And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart and I'm today in a brand new video for tutorials GS, and today we're going to take a look at Photoshop and how to blur the background of an image if you took a picture of a subject and it has a very clear background. For example, DSLR cameras usually have an option to blur the background while you're focusing on the subject, but if you have a lower end camera you may not be able to do that, and you'll probably get clarity on your subject and on the background. Now here I have a picture of me. This is actually just a screenshot that I took for one of my vlogs, and most of the time you see I have a lot of stuff in the background here, and if we want to blur this, for example, so we only have the subject, which is me, be the focus of this shot here, then it's very easy to do. Now what you want to do is go ahead and duplicate your background first. So right click your background here, duplicate the layer, and we have two layers now, they're the same thing. And then want to go ahead and grab our quick selection tool. Now if you have your magic wand tool selected, you have to hold your mouse on that tool and click quick selection. And then with the quick selection tool you just want to drag your mouse over your subject, and if it doesn't select it properly, there's an easy fix to it, but just sort of drag it like so over so everything gets selected. Now you see over here it did a really good job, but then over here it actually got the chair here. So what you can do is hold down the Alt key, and the Alt key will basically bring up the subtract selection, and all you gotta do is just once again drag over like so, and now subtract the selection. You can drag or you can click certain areas, and as you can see now it took some of that off, but once again we can easily fix that like so. And over here that looks okay, over here that looks okay, that looks okay, but once again here we have more than we need, so once again hold down Alt and we're just gonna drag down like so, and that's good. Now right now we have a great selection, but it's not a perfect selection because as you can see they're very rough selections, a very rough edge, and we don't want rough edges. So what we're gonna do is go up to select, actually refine edges right here, right at the very top when you still have your quick selection tool selected, refine edge. And then here in this refine edge you can actually see what you have selected and what you don't have selected. Now here you can see a part of our shirt is not selected, so this is a great way to check to see if everything's selected or not. So we're just gonna go ahead and add this portion right here, and now we click refine edge, and we still have a small portion here at the bottom. Okay, refine edge again, and that looks good. But now we want to do is, now from here on what you want to do is work with the smoothness and the contrast. So for the smoothness we're just gonna go ahead and bump it up a bit to maybe 15 or so, and then our contrast we want to bump it up to perhaps something like 20. And you can notice, and if you don't see a huge difference you can always bump this up higher to 30 perhaps, and now we don't have that rough of an edge anymore and it's a bit better. Now if you see that it's like a pixel off, you see that some of the hair is coming off here, what you can do is go up to select, and you can go to modify the selection, and you can go to expand, and you can expand it by 1 pixel just, and that will expand the entire selection by 1 pixel around your entire subject, which is okay. It doesn't matter if it's we got a small portion of the chair here. You see it's very small amount here, which is just fine. So after that what we're gonna do is go to select again, and we're gonna go to inverse. Instead of having the subject selected, the background's gonna be selected now. From here I'm gonna go to filters, we're gonna go to blur, and make sure you press lens blur. Don't mess around with any other blurs because it won't give you the correct effect. So lens blur, and then in lens blur you wanna change the radius. As you see, the lower the radius the less of a blur, the higher the radius the more of a blur. Now, obviously you don't want to go so high where it looks really weird, where the subject is just really clear and the background is completely blurred. So maybe not something like that, but maybe 20 or 25, that should be good. I think we're gonna go with 20. 20 is always fairly good. 15 is fairly good too. And when we press OK, then we can go up to select and deselect. And there you go. We now have a blurred background. Now before we have that, and after we have that. And it makes it look a bit more nicer and a bit more professional. Like I said, you can add a much more blurry background if you wanted to. If not, that's fine too. And this is sort of where a lot of DSLR cameras take pictures, like where the focus is very clear and the background is very blurry. So definitely use this for any other pictures that you need to add a blurry background to, and hopefully enjoy the tutorial. Hopefully you found it easy and helpful. Any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment box below. I'll be down there answering any questions you have. Plenty of other Photoshop tutorials on the channel, as well as other software tutorials. So if you're interested, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I also have a Patreon. You can donate $1 if you like this video. Anything as low as that is always very helpful and very much appreciated. Along with that, I also have a gaming channel, vlogging channel, advice channel, music channel. If you want to check those out, links in the description as well as on the end card. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching as always. And this is GSmaniamsmart. I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.